The year is 1525. Imagine a night sky, clear and bright with stars. Now picture a streak of fire falling, not from the heavens, but from beyond. A spaceship, sleek and silver, crashes into the wilds of a young Earth. Inside, an alien, thrown from the wreckage, survives. He is alone. He is afraid. His name, in a language no human tongue could form, is Kalen. He is a shapeshifter, able to mold his alien flesh to mimic the creatures of this new world. It is a gift, a survival tactic of his species, allowing them to blend and observe life across the cosmos. Now, it is his lifeline. Kalen touches a fallen tree, its bark rough against his hand. He concentrates, feels his body responding, shifting, changing. When he pulls away, he is no longer the being from the stars. He is a man, tall and strong, with eyes that mirror the night sky he fell from. His true form, a memory of sleek silver skin and large, luminous eyes, is locked away. He must blend in, learn the ways of this world if he is to survive long enough to be found. The hope of rescue, however faint, is all that keeps him going. Shape-shifting is no simple act. It is a draining process, a merging of Kalen's being with the very essence of the form he takes. Each transformation steals a little of his strength, forcing him to rest and recover. He quickly learns that he cannot remain in one form forever. Every 80 years, the strain becomes too great. His current body weakens, ages rapidly, a signal that the time for change is close. He must find a new form, a new identity to inhabit. He must erase his past and become someone new, all while carrying the burden of his secret. It is a lonely existence. He allows himself no attachments, no true friendships. To get close is to risk too much. He observes, learns, and moves on, a ghost in 1,000 bodies, always watching the stars for a sign, a beacon that never comes. His heart, if such a thing could be said to exist in his ever-changing form, aches with the loneliness of it all. He is a stranger in a strange land, a cosmic castaway longing for home, yet he is a survivor, and he will not give up hope. The world of the 16th century is a harsh one. Disease is rampant, wars are frequent, and life is cheap. Kalen, in his borrowed form, throws himself into the flow of it, desperate to understand this world that is so different from his own. He starts as a humble farmer, learning the rhythms of the earth, the sweat and toil that goes into coaxing life from the ground. It is a far cry from the sterile, technology-driven world he came from, but there is a raw beauty in it, a connection to something ancient and primal. He learns the local language, the crude, guttural sounds so different from the melodic tones of his own people. He listens to stories told around flickering firelight, tales of kings and queens, of love and loss, of bravery and betrayal. As he lives and learns, he starts to feel a connection to these strange, fragile creatures. Their lives are so short, so fleeting compared to his own, yet they fill them with such passion, such vibrancy. He envies them their brevity, their ability to love and lose and rage against the dying of the light. The world is changing. The rumble of cannons echoes across the land, a harbinger of a new age, an age of gunpowder and exploration. Kalen, now a seasoned traveler, witnesses the rise of empires and the fall of kings. He feels the shift in the very air, a quickening of pace, a sense of boundless possibility mixed with a growing unease. The old ways are dying, replaced by something new, something exciting and terrifying in equal measure. His current form is aging. He feels the familiar pull, the need to change, to shed the skin of the past and embrace the future. He finds himself drawn to the burgeoning cities, to the clash of cultures and the buzz of innovation. He becomes a scholar, immersing himself in the world of books and knowledge. He learns of Copernicus and Galileo, of their daring theories that challenge the very foundation of humanity's understanding of the universe. He feels a kinship with these men, these seekers of truth, these questioners of the established order. Section 5, 1685, The Weight of Secrets, 3 transformations. 3 lifetimes lived in the blink of an eye. Kalen is weary. The constant cycle of adaptation, the careful dance of integration and isolation takes its toll. He yearns for his own kind, for the familiar comfort of his own world. He finds himself drawn to the vast oceans, to the lonely expanse of the sea. He becomes a shipbuilder, his alien knowledge aiding him in crafting vessels of unparalleled speed and grace. He sails the open waters, the salt spray on his face a balm to his weary soul. But even in solitude, he cannot escape the world or the passage of time. He sees the ugliness of humanity, the greed and cruelty that drives them to enslave and exploit. He sees the beauty too, the resilience of the human spirit, their capacity for love and forgiveness. He is caught between two worlds, belonging to neither. He is an observer, a chronicler, a silent witness to the triumphs and follies of humankind. And always, always he searches the stars, hoping for a sign, a glimmer of hope in the vast cosmic darkness. Section 6, 1765, a spark of revolution. The air crackles with unrest. The American colonies, a melting pot of cultures and ambitions, are on the verge of rebellion. Kalen, ever drawn to the currents of change, finds himself swept up in the fervor of revolution. He becomes a printer, his nimble fingers setting type for pamphlets filled with fiery rhetoric and calls for liberty. He witnesses the birth of a nation, the forging of a new identity in the crucible of war. He sees the best and worst of humanity on display, the courage of those who fight for freedom, the idealism of those who dream of a better world, but also the brutality of war, the senseless violence that seems to be an inescapable part of the human condition. He feels a strange sense of pride, of connection to this fledgling nation, so full of hope and promise. He throws himself into the fight, using his wits and his alien knowledge to aid the cause of freedom. For a brief moment, he forgets his loneliness, his longing for home. He has found a purpose, a reason to believe. Section 7, 1845, The Iron Horse and the Whispers of Destiny. The world is shrinking. The steam engine, that marvel of iron and fire, has ushered in an era of unprecedented connectivity. Railroads snake across continents, carrying people and goods at speeds once unimaginable. The world is becoming smaller, more interconnected. Kalen, ever the nomad, rides the iron horse, his senses overwhelmed by the speed, the noise, the sheer scale of it all. He sees cities swelling, populations exploding, the pace of life accelerating at a dizzying rate. He becomes an engineer, fascinated by the intricate workings of machines, by the power of human ingenuity to reshape the world. He marvels at the inventions that flow from this era, the telegraph, the photograph, the sewing machine, each one a testament to the boundless potential of the human mind. But he also sees the dark side of progress. The pollution that chokes the cities, the widening gap between rich and poor, the exploitation of workers in the name of profit. He begins to question the cost of progress, the price that humanity seems all too willing to pay for its relentless pursuit of advancement. Section 8, 1925, A Roaring World on the Precipice. Jazz music fills the air, a frenetic soundtrack to a world teetering on the brink of chaos. The Roaring Twenties, they call it, a decade of decadence and despair, of boundless optimism and gnawing uncertainty. Kalen, now a musician, loses himself in the rhythm of the age. He plays saxophone in smoky clubs, his alien soul finding solace in the mournful wail of the instrument. He sees the world through a haze of cigarette smoke and gin, a kaleidoscope of flapper dresses and reckless abandon. But beneath the surface, he senses a growing darkness. The scars of war run deep, the global economy is teetering, and extremist ideologies are on the rise. The world is holding its breath, bracing for another cataclysm. He feels a familiar pull, the need to change, to adapt, to find a new skin for a new era. But this time, there is a difference. For the first time in centuries, he feels a flicker of hope. The stars, once so silent, seem to whisper his name. Could it be? Could rescue be at hand? Section 9, 2005, Awaiting the Stars. The New Millennium, the dawn of the information age. Technology has advanced at a dizzying pace, connecting the world in ways unimaginable just a few decades ago. Information flows freely, knowledge is power, and the future seems limitless. Kalen, now a software engineer, finds himself at the forefront of this technological revolution. He works with computers, their complex languages and intricate systems, a source of endless fascination. He sees the potential for good, the way technology can connect people, break down barriers, and solve some of humanity's most pressing problems. But he also sees the dangers, the potential for surveillance, for control, for the erosion of privacy and freedom. He sees the dark side of human nature amplified by technology, the spread of misinformation, the rise of online hate and division. He waits, watching the skies, a knot of anticipation and dread in his stomach. His people are coming. He can feel it in his bones. But after all this time, after witnessing the best and worst of humanity, he is no longer sure what awaits him. Will they welcome him back with open arms? Or will he be seen as a relic, a ghost from a forgotten past? He can only wait and see. The stars, once so distant, are coming closer. And soon, Kalen will finally know his fate.